We're very pleased to be joined now on Go by the old bear himself, Kevin Martin, who is in Cranbrook for a very special announcement.
Yes, for the Tour Challenge, actually next fall, November 8th to 13th, we'll be here. And the Tour Challenge is one of the Grand Slam of curling properties, events, and it's the biggest one as far as teams go, with 60 teams coming in, 30 men's teams, 30 women's, in two events, Tier 1 and Tier 2. So that's two different arenas in play, 15 men, 15 women at each arena.
This season is the first season that they've done the Tour Challenge, so how did that go?
Yes, it went extremely well. Before the Tour Challenge this fall, I was skeptical. I didn't know how it would go, and it turned out to be a huge success. And because of the number of teams, the amount of economic impact to the center where we're at in Newfoundland was fantastic. And the first two teams actually to win, Jimmy Cotter, of course, from Kelowna, not too far from here, and on the ladies' side, a name that I think I can safely say almost nobody would have heard of, Carrie Anerson out of Manitoba, ended up winning the Tour Challenge Tier 2 side earlier this year, went on to qualify in the next two major slam events, but then also win Manitoba and also get to the semifinals of the Scotties. So she's made a household name of herself out of the Tier 2 event.
So why Cranbrook? Why do you think Cranbrook was chosen as the host city? Obviously, we hosted the Canada Cup of Curling a few years ago, and a tournament you remember very well. But what brings this stop to Cranbrook at this point?
Well, I think partly that, a huge skins game in 1997, and then a terrific Canada Cup in 2011, and just a host committee that the committee is almost intact from 11. So you know what, that really gives a huge step up. Cranbrook being a curling area, I thought it was a great idea. I was really excited when I heard, because of course the history I've got in coming first of all into this club, back to play in the cash spiel that used to be here a long time ago, and then back we ended up winning the skins, winning the Canada Cup here. So for me, it's real exciting to be back.
How many draws are there during a day for a tournament of this size? You mentioned it's going on at two different arenas.
Yeah, so there's 4 draws a day in each arena with all different teams, and I believe the curling starts on the Tuesday, so it's a long week. There's tons of curling going on, lots of different teams, lots of energy. That's one thing I really noticed on during the event and on air on Sportsnet, was the amount of energy in the athlete, because the teams in the Tier 2 are so hungry to make that stride onto the mainstream, onto the majors in the Grand Slam series. And then, of course, the amount of points, and money, of course, is always really important, but the amount of points as well towards the Olympic trials. So that's really important. And, of course, you're right in the heat of the battle when you're talking next fall of teams trying to make it to the next Olympics. So there's a whole lot of reasons why the players get awfully excited, and you'll be able to feel that when you're here.
How about the fan experience around a tournament like this? Obviously, with the Canada Cup, there was a lot of extracurricular things going on, and meet and greets and things like that. Will we see that sort of thing this time around?
Oh, definitely, but even more so. The Canada Cup, when it was here, I believe it was 7 men's, 7 women's teams. And when you're talking with the very, very top teams, it's tough to get them to loosen up as much. Is that fair? I think that's fair. To loosen up as much. But when you've got 30 of the top women and men, there's going to be activity all over town, because there's with that many teams, everybody can't curl all the time. So there's a lot of time off. There's time to go wherever they want to go nearby. So for sponsors, that's terrific. For the fans, it'll be great. They're going to be running into all these curlers all over town all the time. So it's a great opportunity.
Fantastic. Well, we're looking forward to it. November 8th to 13th here in Cranbrook, Western Financial Place and Memorial Arena. Awesome. I guess we'll see you back in this area at that time.
Yeah, look forward to. Excited about it, actually. It'll be great.
Thank you.